Hey, so in today's video I'm going to be doing stuff to my BMW. Like, not much. I'm actually just like updating, or what the hell? I'm redoing like the spark plugs and stuff. The coil packs are loose, so I got more like studs and bolts and stuff to hold them down. So we're gonna do that. And then I got some engine cleaner. So, you know, motor's like 240,000 miles, but it runs amazing and I want to keep it that way. So I'm gonna, like, you know, clean out the motor, clean out the fuel injectors and stuff like that. I got this crappy ass tint for free. I lost my side marker. I'm free. I don't know what happened. I drove with it one day, and then when I got to my dad's, it was like off. So I lost it somewhere. Well, oh well. But yeah, so I got this crappy ass tint. It looks terrible. You can see all the bubbles up here. Up here it doesn't matter because you can't really see it. But like you'll if you ever see it in person, you'll see what I'm talking about. But I just put it on because it was free and whatever. That wheel finally broke, so I'm on my spare. I'll be driving like that for a while because I'm broke. But yeah, I want to take care of this stuff now. I want to just make sure that this car is like running, you know, properly by the time I take it to the track and stuff like that. Because more importantly than like any modifications, like if you are getting into drifting or getting into track, anything like that, whatever you want to start with, just make sure it runs correctly, make sure it runs right, make sure that if you beat on it, it's not going to just break on you and cause more issues. Because if you fix the issues before they get out of hand, then chances are you ain't going to cause more damage later down the road. So I'm taking care of the issues right now. They're not big issues, they're just like minor inconveniences. For example, it's bogging, so I'm gonna have to test the fuel pump later, which is something I might do. The belts are squeaky, only on a cold start though. Once they're warmed up, they're fine, but the clutch fan needs to be replaced. It's a little dark in the engine bay, but it needs to replace. You can literally stop it when the car's on, and that's no bueno. I'm kind of BSing right now because I gotta wait for this motor to cool down anyways. I just got home, so once this cool down, I'm gonna do the spark plug first and go from there. I don't really think this is gonna help cool the motor down, but you know, fuck it. I will say this though, BMW, the E36, I love the engineering on the coil packs and how they're just right on top. It's right on top of the spark plugs. My Z was like that. But here's one thing that you gotta kind of remember that makes it so impressive, is that this is a car from the 90s and they were being built like this. So I don't want anybody saying, oh my god, you're becoming more of a Euro guy. I'm not. I'm still like, I still want a Japanese car, but I'm thoroughly impressed with how this car was engineered for its time. It's fucking amazing. And I can see why so many people like this car so much. Oh, I need gloves. Not for my hands, but they were going to be for my hands, but now I'm going to use them to put these bolts in so I don't lose them. Alright, whoa, I need you. First one is out. I don't want to lose that. Oh, I'm gonna need a bigger extension. So, the first one is out. Now, pull the spark plug and see what the hell it looks like. See if they're even bad. I kind of hope they are, because then maybe that would be the source of the issue of like the slight misfire, but who knows? It could be an actual fuel issue, which my buddy David was thinking. We were talking about it last night, and it's not like a serious issue. It's just really random. It'll just fog, and it feels like a misfire. Reed and I both think it's a misfire. Oh, dude, these spark plugs are bonk. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this. Let me try and focus in on this thing. That's a really, really used spark plug. It's still probably not that bad, but it's still really used. So yeah, I'm gonna change them today. Now these are done for sure. I'm starting to see rust on them and shit. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my god, I forgot to check if they're pre-gapped. I need to like 5 seconds now to consult Google to see what the gap is on these spark plugs and go find my gap tool that might be gone forever because I don't think I actually put it in my toolbox. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to walk down to fucking Baxter's and pay 25 cents for one. Alright, well, Google said non-adjustable, or at least I found a PDF off of BMW forum that said non-adjustable. So I'm gonna assume I don't have to do shit. Real quick, if you ever work on it, if you're working on an M50 motor and you don't know how to change spark plugs, this is an awesome 15 millimeter. I think it's 15 millimeter, or it's a 5/8. Sorry, it's a 5/8, which I think is also 15. I don't know, but I just know it works. It's an actual spark plug socket, so it actually catches them and grabs onto them for you to stick it in and not have to like fiddle around and all that stuff. So very useful. And don't forget to purchase a gap tool, just in case. I don't know. Like I said, the PDF said that non-adjustable, which normally means you don't have to gap them. At least from this brand, it was the NGK's. The part number or whatever was BKR6EK or something like that. And those are what I have. So, yeah, I'm looking at it right now. What does it say? Yeah. Yeah. But don't quote me on that. So, always just get a gap tool just in case and do more research. I'm just really impatient and I'm gonna trust Google. So if you can see, these are actually a bit long. I was like the only size they had at the hardware store. I'm gonna go grab my grinder, or the grinder we have, not mine. Except one I do have to cut. I have to pre-cut because it won't fit in the back where 6 is. And that's what I need. So I need to cut one, kind of get a measurement, and then see what I need to cut the rest of them at. Alright, so I have one kind of cut to how it should be. Actually, that's not even a good cut because I was just using my hands. We don't have anything, you know, hold them. I just remembered I have vice grips. I'm going to try it. I got washers, and then the washer's going to go between this, obviously, and then it just takes a minute to thread on because I suck, but I'm just making it work. So yeah, there you go. That's what these are going to look like. That's how I'm going to fix this issue. New studs, new nuts, new washers. Should hold the coil packs in there nice and neatly and not wiggle around anymore. And I have new spark plugs. So yeah, I'll get the rest of these cut up and put back together. So I figured I'd show you guys real quick exactly what I'm doing. So here's the piece that I cut off. It's going to be a little dark. I'm probably not going to be able to see it at all, actually. Anyways, but here's the piece that I cut. Currently I'm using it as a mock-up for these longer ones. You can see that I marked them with the Sharpie, and that's kind of where I'm going to cut in that general area. It doesn't all have to be the same size because they're all going to have a little bit of like sticking out anyway, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, instead of like trying to mock it up with the vice grips, like hold it next to it while I cut, I just figured I'd bring them inside, mark them with the Sharpie, and then go outside, put them on the vice grips, and then cut because I don't have, like, you know, the little thing that sits on the table. So I don't want to like use the grinder in my hand. So I like my hands and I kind of want to keep them. So I have them all chopped up, and amazingly I still have my fucking fingers. So it's a good day. Oh yeah, that was the best 20 bucks I spent right there. That little light. Saw that at Harbor Freight for like 15, 20 bucks. I'm like, dude, game. Harbor Freight stuff kicks ass for like 3 months. You get a washer? You get a washer? You get a washer. Oh, you get 2 washers. No, I'm kidding. The second one's for this guy. Now comes the nits. Because I didn't cut these super straight, they're kind of hard to get on at first. Ow. Oh my god. Let's see if we can get one on this guy. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. I believe in you. Don't make me get the grinder. I don't want to get the grinder. I'm gonna have to get the grinder. Alright, you know what? Your fucking choice. You asked for it, all right? I didn't want to do this, but you're kind of pushing me here, bud. So you know what this means? It means you get the grinder. They're all in there, nice and snug now. So, mission accomplished. I probably shouldn't be sitting on my car just because like the whole front end's held in by zip ties. The last thing I wanted to do with my car tonight was use some Seafoam to clean out the combustion chamber. So there's like a couple ways you can actually use this. One is you can use this to put in your gas tank to clean out your injectors and fueling and all that, which I've never used Seafoam for that, but I use Lucas. They both work just as fine. Lucas is honestly cheaper, so that's why I use that. You can also use this to pour directly into the oil, and that'll clean pretty much everything where the oil goes. And the way I normally use this is through the intake. However, I bought the wrong bottle, so I'm actually gonna have to do a different way of putting the Seafoam in through the intake. But they do have a spray one, and with that you just take off the intake from the throttle body and let your car run at idle and spray it in. But at the same time, you got to give your car some gas to get the RPMs to about 1,500 to 2,000, so it circulates through and all that. And then once it's empty, you let it sit for a bit, let the Seafoam do its job. So since I have this can, I'm gonna have to go through a vacuum line, pour it in through the vacuum line that goes to the intake, which I can see one right up top here, which is the brake booster, so that'll be pretty easy. So we'll just kind of go through this vacuum line, and I'll pull the hose from the back here to the brake booster and angle it up and pour it in through a funnel. Everything that I just said about BMW's engineering, I lied, because that's stupid. That is the stupidest clamp I've ever seen. So yeah, I was gonna pull this off, but I don't think that's a possibility now at this point. So, because I don't have any extra small clamps like that. So even if I were to pull it off, I don't think I'd be able to like tighten it back down, because I already kind of loosened it a little bit. It's not loose enough to where it's, now leaking, but it's loose enough to this can spin freely. So, and I've tried tightening it again. So I'm just gonna leave it alone because I can't fix that right now. So yeah, I think what I'm gonna try and do then is loosen this and just kind of like slowly pour it in. Well, the new spark plugs work awesomely. Compression's like perfect now. No, it doesn't bounce anymore. That was the issue, it was bouncing sometimes, but now it's falling perfectly. So I think it was the spark plugs. Cool. Well, I know now that my MAV works really well, because the moment I unplugged my intake, tried to turn it on, it just died. So I'm just gonna drive back to Baxter's and fucking go buy the Seafoam I need. Then I'll use the other Seafoam. Oh, let me turn my lights on. I'll use the other Seafoam to clean out the fuel. So no biggie there. And I'll be back in a minute. All right, so I'm back. I got the right stuff now. This is the can I wanted. The other can I'll use just, for my fuel injectors and stuff. But yeah, this one will go in your intake. I'll go show you how to set it up and run it. All right, so the first thing you want to do is make sure your car is at operating temp. Loosen up your intake from right here. You don't want to put this through the MAV because it will mess it up. So what you'll need to do is kind of just wiggle the intake out of the way, just to get this little red piece in to the intake, like through the intake, right? Come on. There we go. There we go. Now it's in. So look at that crappy job. That is amazing. Good job, AJ. So I'm going to go turn the car on now and find something to hold the pedal down just a little bit, and then come back out, spray it all in, and then we'll see some magic happen. All right, Snuggle, don't let me down here. I'm gonna need your help, bud. Okay, come on, you do this. You can, nope, come on. Just lay over and lean, nope, lean. Well, this is not working. Anyways, Seafoam's done. I'm gonna pull this out. Pull this. Okay, or not. I'll get that out later. But yeah, so now I'm just gonna put the intake back on, let it sit for about 10 minutes to really let it take all the gunk and everything off. And then the way this works is everything will come out through the exhaust, and it'll be pretty cool. I know it's really dark, but I use my light to shine to show you guys what it looks like. It's been 10 minutes. Let's go ahead and start this bitch back up. See what happens. Alright, well, I guess let's get in real quick. Actually, I don't have any hands right now. One hand's holding the camera, one hand's holding the light. We'll just get in. So I'm gonna take a drive down to the store, get some stuff that I need to get, and then see if that cleans it out. I'm gonna have to run it a little bit, so I'll ride down to the store, and then I'll probably run down to the school and just kind of drive in a circle and just see if it's clean. Normally with Seafoam, a bunch of smoke is supposed to be coming out if it's like super dirty. I don't know, what the last owner did. I just know some history about the car a little bit. I don't know if it's ever been like tuned up like this at all, so they could have done it, and it could be a really healthy motor just because it seemed like it, and it could just be true. I'm still not seeing smoke. No smoke. Okay, I think we're good. Well, I took it on a small drive and it seemed to be fine until it started misfiring, but then after a second it was totally fine and it didn't misfire at all. So I don't know, that was weird. I'll probably look into it tomorrow. Yeah, but with that being said, I'm not tired, but it's getting late and I gotta do some other stuff like make dinner and stuff like that before I have to go to bed for work tomorrow. So yeah, so that'll be it for tonight. I'm gonna do the rest of what I wanted to do tomorrow with the BMW. And I will see you guys all in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and have a good night. Bye.